I hear around the world, and I'm sure you hear the same thing, a lot of people have a kind of a forecast that China is going to keep growing forever and dwarf the United States. And so a lot of people are making serious geopolitical calculations and bets based on the idea of China sort of replacing the United States as the world's largest economy, most powerful country. How do you respond to
I
those
respond
questions?
by one is look at the demographics. The one-child policy has now got you a very, very large segment of the population aging. Second, if you ever go to Beijing, be sure to wear a mask, for God's sake. I mean, you know, they've got huge environmental problems. So, I mean, they are huge. And third of all, they are having internal contradictions right now. We see one person after another that is being tried for corruption. People that were very close and high in the leadership. There's a certain amount of turmoil there. Let me just transpose it. My friends, you've heard a lot of bleak information from me today. I am totally optimistic about the United States of America. We are now energy independent. You and I having this conversation 10 years ago, we would not have believed it. That has a huge effect if we do the right things, like export oil for if we want to build the pipelines, et cetera. So that is eliminated our reliance on Middle Eastern oil. No longer could we have a scenario we saw in the 70s where gas lines were blocks long. Second of all, manufacturing jobs. Manufacturing is coming back to the United States. That's the good news. Bad news is that there are not a hell of a lot of jobs. About 2 months ago in Scottsdale, Arizona, a Belgian company, I went to the grand opening, they were hiring about 100 people, making windows, was located in Scottsdale, Arizona. I said to the woman who, their company, she's a CEO, the company in Brussels, and I said, why did you pick Scottsdale, Arizona? She said, because we looked around the world and we decided America was the best place for us to have a facility, and we picked Scottsdale, Arizona. Maybe she played golf, I don't know. But anyway, and third of all, my friends, these devices are what has changed the world. It's changed our way of living, it's changed our world, it's changed the way we communicate, it's changed everything. And my friends, they may be made in China, but they were all thought of here. And there's no country in the world that has this kind of innovation and this kind of ingenuity that these young people have. About a month and a half ago, I went to Venice, California, a place I don't hang out at a lot, and I went to an organization called Snapchat. Okay, Snapchat? But I see the young people in this room smiling, the old people befuddled just as I was, and I was met at the door by a young man in Levi's and a t-shirt, 25 years old. He's the CEO. He just turned down, I think, $2 billion for Snapchat. My friends, this is phenomenal what's going on. It's unbelievable, you know, and they rip you off all the time. Every time there's a new one of these, my wife makes me buy another goddamn one of them, and they get bigger and heavy. But anyway, so it is incredible what is taking place in the transmission of information, which is knowledge, which is progress. And I don't think that even in China, that you can control people like they used to be able to do it in the past. There are too many ways of people transmitting information. Information is knowledge, knowledge is power. So I am overall, in the long term, very optimistic about the future.
Of course, it's also true that American weapons technology benefits from exactly this kind of innovation.
Yes.
Are we still ahead?
For example, drones. My friends, the F-35 is most likely the last manned fighter aircraft that you will ever see. And that's not bad. That is not bad, because we're not going to put the lives of pilots in danger.
You are challenging all stereotypes. The pilot saying unmanned aircraft is good.
And there will be tankers and there will be all kinds of manned aircraft, don't get me wrong. But fighters, I think you've seen the F-35 to be the last one, because if you can fly an airplane and control it from Langley and have it sit there for 12 hours with no pilot, involved, and it can discharge weapons, then I think that's the way we're going to go.